5 to 30 minutes.
So it should be obvious for everyone that this is a joke, right? 4/3 of a bottle, 5 to 30 minutes. It's a parody. It should be obvious to everyone that this is meant to be a joke. And if that didn't give it away, the final line of the video certainly does.
Boom, NyQuil chicken. Bone apple teeth.
Oh yeah, and that's a hair straightener that he's using instead of kitchen tongs. All of it should make it clear.
Wait, I thought this was actually, bro, the way that nah, that's actually crazy. I fell for it. I fell for it. I fell for it. I fell for the fucking media coverage behind this shit. All right, man. Food theory. Do not eat NyQuil chicken. It should be common knowledge to not make food, not cook anything with NyQuil. But people aren't. There's common sense is not that common. Okay. So food theory. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get in. This is our food theory. Let's get. I'm sorry.
People are cooking chicken in NyQuil.
Listen to this new warning from the FDA. They are urging people not to cook chicken with NyQuil.
There's a TikTok trend
right now where people are cooking their chicken and cold or flu medicine like NyQuil.
The FDA is telling you do not do this, right? The FDA is out with this new warning against chicken cooked in NyQuil.
Oh, this? No, we're totally fine. This is
DayQuil.
Safe. Absorb those juices.
Died as he lived. What did I say?
Absorb those juices.
Died as he lived. A meme. Shut up, man. Damn. This is a theory, a food theory.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Food Theory, the smart show that takes on dumb news. Kinda ironic that an independent YouTuber has to be the one with some semblance of journalistic standards, but here we are, friends. Welcome to the state of media in 2022. If you thought the pink sauce was as dumb and dangerous as TikTok food content got, well, you're in for a rude awakening, friendos. Lately, people have been posting videos of a unique chicken recipe where they soak it, boil it, and bake it in cold medicine, most commonly NyQuil. By far the most viral of these was this now deleted video posted by user IGRobFlow.
My wife got sick last night, so I'm cooking up some NyQuil chicken.
But of course, his spawned others. Cue the onslaught of enraged and confused media coverage.
The FDA has a big warning.
I forgot about the pink sauce. Low-key, I did too. I deadass forgot, low-key. Like, and I think niggas remade the pink sauce or figured out what was in the pink sauce or something. But apparently she did a better way of shipping it out, better way of branding and shit like that. And apparently she's fine now, but, you know, hey.
Not sure who needs to hear this, but don't cook chicken in NyQuil.
Now, let me be clear right off the bat. Using medicine as a marinade for your food is a terrible idea. I think that kind of goes without saying. But just to be sure we're thorough here, here's why it's such a dangerous idea. First off, the recommended dosage for NyQuil is 30 milliliters every 6 hours. And
yes, it's this little ass cup like fucking D's. You're putting so much like, bro, oh my God, y'all are so dumb. I've never seen people just follow a trend so blindly. This generation is so dumb. Like, to just blindly follow trends like that is actually like, what are you doing?
Half that dose for kids under 12. A standard bottle of the stuff is more than 11 times the recommended dosage. So if you're dumping it all into a pan and frying it up, there's a near guaranteed overdose waiting to happen. Also, the idea of just eating half the chicken to get half the dose of NyQuil that you put in isn't foolproof. Whenever you marinate or saute a chicken like this, the spread isn't going to be uniform. You might have noticed this when eating. Most food products are heterogeneous, meaning they're not completely the same throughout. And that's especially true of something like a piece of chicken, where the lean meat, the fat, and the skin not only have different flavors as you eat them, but different properties that affect how they absorb ingredients. There's also the fact that what seems like a small amount of NyQuil might actually result in a much higher concentrated dose after you boil.
This generation is just cloud chasers? Oh, of course.
boil it. Just like letting a sauce simmer on the stove will thicken it up, NyQuil's active ingredients will become a much larger portion of the overall stew if you simmer or boil it, meaning a little bit is gonna be packing a bigger punch. And all of this is without even mentioning the steam. According to the FDA, quote, inhaling the medication's vapors while cooking could cause high levels of the drug to enter your body.
Sometimes the steam really makes you sleepy.
So yeah, not only should you not be eating this, which I suspect all of us already understood, but you shouldn't even be cooking it for the memes, and not just because it's a wasted delicious chicken. Memeing on it is inherently risky. But here's the twist to the story, friends. And yeah, normally I save the twist to the end of the script, but today, this whole episode is the twist. You see, NyQuil chicken isn't the real story here. It's not the most dangerous part of this whole thing. The most irresponsible thing to come out of the entire stupid trend, which isn't even a trend, but we're gonna talk about that, are the news stories themselves. Their selective reporting, their fear-mongering, and their overall coverage have taken something that was a non-issue and suddenly exploded it into a major threat.
Jesus.
You see, this is how the news media has been covering the whole NyQuil chicken story.
A new social media challenge is encouraging young people to cook their poultry in NyQuil.
Can't believe we're talking about that.
It is strange that we're talking about it, but it tells you something about the world we live in now. Some people might actually believe it. So please do not cook your food in NyQuil.
The news bills it as a challenge that people are actively engaging in, and they repeatedly show silent clips of the videos in question, except none of that is actually true. Let's look at each of those step by step. Well, at first glance, the NyQuil chicken videos might look like your typical TikTok recipe. Actually, listening to the narration of the original video makes it clear that this is anything but serious.
Usually I use about, 4/3 of the bottle. If it's your first time doing this, you can get away with using about a fifth. Let it sit there and sizzle for about, 5 to 30 minutes.
So it should be obvious for everyone that this is a joke, right? 4/3 of a bottle, 5 to 30 minutes. It's a parody. It should be obvious to everyone that this is meant to be a joke. And if that didn't give it away, the final line of the video certainly does.
Boom, NyQuil chicken. Bone apple teeth.
Oh yeah, and that's a hair straightener that he's using instead of kitchen tongs. All of it should make it clear.
Wait, I thought this was actually, bro, the way that nah, that's actually crazy. I fell for it. I fell for the fucking media coverage behind this shit. That's crazy. Now, I never seen the actual TikTok. I just kept seeing the news report on it. So I'm like, is people actually doing this shit? Bro, dead ass was trolling, but the media took this shit and ran with it. Oh my God. Oh my God, bro. Nigga was trolling and the media took this shit and, oh my God. Damn. I thought it was real too, because I never seen the video. It was just, they were reporting that shit so much. They kept reporting it. I'm like, bro,
this is 100% parody for the lols, not intended for human consumption. And yet the news media cuts out all the audio. The context is left on the cutting room floor, and all that's left is what seems to be a worryingly serious trend. But here's the kicker. IG Rob Flow's obviously satirical TikTok video was uploaded on September 4th of 2020, more than 2 years ago. Back then, the video didn't take off. It only went viral in January of this year because of a reaction video by YouTuber Action Jackson sharing the video to explain why this is a bad idea and why you would be an idiot to do anything like this.
It's not good for you. Please don't do this, children at home. Please. This man is a Hall of Fame psychopath. You better be ready to give your attention to the nearest hospital.
If we look at the Google Trends graph for NyQuil chicken, we see that the biggest spike comes not after the satirical TikTok video, but in January of 2022, in the weeks after Action Jackson dunked on this whole year-old TikTok trend. In other words, the actual trend here, the fad that's getting attention and clicks and views, isn't cooking NyQuil chicken, it's the mocking of NyQuil chicken and talking about how stupid of an idea this is. And this is how the trend has always been. NyQuil chicken is not a new thing on the internet. Well, sure, the chicken has recently gotten renewed attention thanks to a TikTok video. The idea actually has its origin dating back to April 2017, where an anonymous poster made what they called sleepy time chicken, referring to the fact that one of the active ingredients in NyQuil is doxylamine, which causes causes drowsiness. Cue, of course, a thread of responses expressing shock, horror, and amusement. Any idea that provokes that kind of reaction is gonna spread. And sure enough, it made its way to Twitter several weeks later when Twitter user Tristan reposted several of the images from that original thread with the caption, "If she makes you NyQuil chicken, do not let her go," provoking yet another wave of disgust and mockery and memeing.
Wow.
But here's the thing, in every instance, the original thread, the Twitter feed, this new video, everyone instinctively knows that this is a stupid idea. In fact,
it's dumb. Wow. So this was just, all of this was a parody, but the way the news pushed this shit, it really made it seem like people were actually doing this shit. That's crazy. They want them clicks, boy.
Based on our research, there has never been an intent to actually eat this thing, real or otherwise. As a result, none of the posts that I just talked about, or any of the ones that I've been able to find using related keywords, refer to this as a food challenge. The trend here is, haha, funny chicken meme good, not, am I man enough to eat this and survive? Classifying it as an eating challenge has largely seemed to be an invention by the media. In short, this is just the Tide Pod story all over again. A mountain of media coverage over a molehill of something that was a meme that everyone largely recognized as a joke. In all of my extensive research on the subject, I've been able to find mountains of coverage interviewing numerous doctors about the hypothetical dangers of eating NyQuil chicken, but no actual reports of people who were hurt or hospitalized or who got sick as a result of trying the stuff, because all the signs indicate that people weren't trying the stuff. They were creating satirical videos and they were mocking the satirical videos. It was a meme. It was an excuse to make fun.
Hey, JG, thank you for the gifted sub, gangy. Wow, these niggas took a meme and ran with it like it was a stuff. Hey, psst. I'm not one to gossip, but I heard you wasn't following me on Twitter and Instagram, and you wasn't updated when I wasn't able to post on YouTube, and you thought I was gone. So follow me on Twitter and Instagram. It's that simple. Enjoy the rest of the vid. The media, man. This is why you can't trust the mainstream media, bro.
Of a hypothetical person who would be dumb enough to actually try something like this. It wasn't an actual public health menace. The only thing that the media coverage did was elevate the visibility of this bad idea to audiences that might not be in on the joke. They also branded it as a real eating challenge, something much more dangerous than what it initially was. Looking at Google Trends search data for both the web and YouTube, NyQuil chicken was a non-existent idea in the public consciousness until a week ago, when the press got a hold of this nothing burger of a story, and suddenly it was the headline on nightly news broadcasts across the country. So why then would the FDA make an announcement telling people not to do this if it's not a big thing? I'm not the only one asking that question. As an article from the New York Post on September 20th put it, quote, "It's unclear why the FDA only now issued the warning about the challenge since videos have been circulating online for months. You want to know the truth that the news isn't telling you? The FDA actually didn't make an announcement for the purposes of telling people about the dangers of NyQuil chicken. Here's what actually happened. In September of 2022, the FDA posted a consumer update titled, 'A Recipe for Danger, Social Media Challenges Involving Medicines.' Now, it's true that this FDA update does make a brief mention of the chicken, using it as an example of a fad video that demonstrates an unsafe behavior. But this medicinally marinated meat is not the meat nor the potatoes of this FDA update. It actually devotes much more attention to the much more serious topic of a different TikTok trend. This one actually branded as a challenge that urged people to take large doses of allergy medicines like Benadryl. This trend actually did put multiple teenagers in the hospital, with one case ultimately proving fatal. That was the wider—
I took 10 Benadryls and achieved my brother's pen. Yo, taking 10 Benadryls is crazy. I remember my allergies were acting up really bad one time, and I took, it wasn't even Benadryl. I took like I took 3 allergy medicines. Bro, I would never again. It was just like my allergies were so bad. So I took 3, like, cause I felt like shit. I'm like, bro, hopefully, like, cause when I take 1, it wasn't really working. So I'm like, let me just try 3. That was, bro, I couldn't even stay awake, bro. 10 is insane. Wow, this is crazy. So y'all, it would be better to tell niggas to not take a bunch of fucking Benadryl than to not cook night, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Trend that the FDA update was about. Looking at the FDA video, it's obvious what their real message was here. It was a reminder to parents to be aware of what their kids are consuming online, to keep medicines away from children, and to talk with their children, making sure that they're not misusing over-the-counter medication. That seems like an important message. After all, there are TikTok challenges that have left teenagers others hospitalized or worse. There are some trends that are branded as challenges, and unlike the NyQuil chicken meme, are actually driving impressionable youngsters to engage in unsafe behaviors. But does the media coverage that's been popping up cover any of this stuff from the FDA update? No! In the vast majority of news stories that I looked across broadcast media, the focus was entirely on, haha, can't you believe that people are dumb enough to try to make NyQuil chicken? Wacky that the FDA had to tell them not to do that. Maybe if someone had actually bothered to read the FDA update they claim to be reporting on, they'd realize what the real story was here. More serious challenges that you should be talking about, and more serious steps that kids and parents should be taking to stopping them. But no, of course not. Instead of sharing real public safety information about real public safety issues, the overwhelming majority of media outlets instead chose to take the low road, to use it as an excuse to dunk on how dumb social media is. Nope! In this case, you're the dumb ones, traditional news. You missed the forest for the trees. You sacrificed real reporting all because funny chicken video thumbnails better. So here, let me do the work that they can't or won't do. Use medicines as prescribed, kids. While NyQuil chicken might be a funny meme, don't do it because the fumes are gonna be potentially dangerous. And more importantly, the wider lesson here, if you ever see anything involving medicine being used in inappropriate ways online, do not replicate what you see and then report the video immediately, whether it's on YouTube, on TikTok, wherever. Because if you don't shut it down, people are gonna get hurt. And worse, the news media might get a hold of it and make it into a much bigger problem than it ever was in the first place. But hey, that's not a theory, it's a fact. A fact that the news should have mentioned during the initial coverage of this story. Also, I'm not gonna end this video with a bon appetit for very obvious reasons, I would hope. By the way, if you want to see our takedown of another mess made by the media, check out this video we did over on our sister channel, Film Theory, all about the Tide Pod craze from several years back. Hit of nostalgia no one expected. Odds are you probably didn't hear the full story about what went down with that one.
Shit,
and
I
for
probably
another TikTok fiasco that left a few people sick to their stomachs, check out this video we did about the infamous pink sauce. Stay cool.
I ain't gonna lie, I probably do need to watch the Tide Pod conspiracy, because I really thought niggas was out here eating Tide Pods. I really did. I'm not gonna cap to you. I really thought niggas was out here eating Tide Pods. Was they not out here eating Tide Pods? Was I just fucking confuzzled again? Bro, this is crazy. Nah, W video from Food Theory. I respect it, bro, because I really thought niggas was out here making NyQuil chicken, and that's not even the fucking case. It was something that happened a while ago, and they just took it and ran with it and made it something that it wasn't.